Hello, I'm Mike from Ontario speed dating. You're wondering why I'm doing this in the snow? Well, I have a good reason. Look at the title of the video. Something is wrong with Ontario. Well, the people of Ontario. Because there's a few things. First of all, I look at the stats on Eventbrite, and what Eventbrite is showing on their directory is that people are selling out of tickets. Are they? Good question. Well, when I looked, it's like the same organizers, same local organizers claiming they're selling out. And then there's an organizer in Toronto. I'm going to name this organizer. Relish. Yep, Relish and My Cheeky Date. They claim on Eventbrite that they're selling out of tickets, but then when you look at Better Business Bureau, there's people that are putting down complaints that they're being scammed left and right from them. They're having problems, they're not getting their money back, or they're not getting the service. Just look at Better Business Bureau on My Cheeky Date and you will see. That's one flag. Another flag. Why are the competitors claiming they're selling so many tickets? And meanwhile, I'm not even hardly selling any, and I'm having difficulty running an event because of that. Because all I'm getting is sales from maybe 1 to 2 people. I say they're unique, I haven't investigated enough, but I'm getting maybe 1 to 2 sales per event, which is far less than the actual minimum, which I'm looking for like at least a good 16. I've even dropping that to 14. I couldn't even get 10. And this was since I walked out of Eventbrite. This is the thing with Eventbrite. So Eventbrite, I'll tell you the story with Eventbrite. So Eventbrite, I go into their site. I used it from March to September 2023. And the average sales were a little more than what I'm doing now. The average sales with them were like 4 people. Now it's like maybe 2 people per event. So with Eventbrite, when I ran the one event in September 2023, 4 people out of 16 were absent. Oh, and then another one that arrived ended up making himself absent because he had some emergency. Okay. But the 4 people that were absent, my God, are you the robots? Because even when I was communicating with everybody, this is what I do. When people buy a ticket and the event gets canceled, I make sure I communicate with everybody involved. Because I don't want anybody scammed. Okay? Nobody deserves to be scammed. Maybe with my competitors' events, they have empty seats. I don't know. So yeah, that's the big question here. Are there empty seats when you go to an event? You can put your comment down below. I'm curious because I really want to know how all the other speed dating events run, and I don't want to like walk in on them and be an intruder. So I want you guys, if you can, just make a comment below and tell me if you've ever been to a speed dating event. Out of the total number of people that attend, how many did not show up, like percentage wise, or just give me a number. Like if it was an event for say 20 people, how many didn't show up? Like 4, 5, 1, 2, just say something. I want to get an idea because I think there's a little scam going on with some of the competitors out there. Maybe Eventbrite too, I don't know. So anyways, the reason why I'm saying something's wrong with Ontario is because a lot of people are complaining about money. Yet they all decided to go to Taylor Swift in Toronto about 2 months ago. People have reportedly bought a whole bunch of tickets to Taylor Swift. They decide to go to some third party person. And then meanwhile they get scammed a grand total of say $700,000. Well, thank God the person that scammed the people got arrested. Because that person was reportedly from Burlington, which is also in Ontario. So, really, you get that, and then you get people complaining they can't afford things. Then you get people complaining they can't afford things even though they're working full time. And then a CBC News report, which I think covered all of Canada, that report said that people working full-time need food banks. Are you serious? People working full-time need food banks? More and more people? Yeah, and in the report they say that 12,000 new people, and out of the 12,000, a good 50% need them, which is 6,000 new people. And who is fighting this inflation? Because ever since the COVID season has ended, prices have skyrocketed. Everywhere you look. I'll probably go to the store today and look for something that was maybe 5 cents cheaper the day before per pound, and now it's going to be 5 cents higher. Who is looking into this inflation? And don't tell me the government is, because them throwing out saying, "Oh, I'll give you 200 or I'll give you 250 one time next year." That's just like a band-aid kind of thing that doesn't really work. Maybe you should go for slashing taxes permanently instead of doing a 2-month tax break. I mean, somebody's got to give. Well, I don't mean like give me money for nothing. I mean, if you're going to give me money, I want to run a speed dating event for you. I mean, I like to earn my money, but the problem is earning money is a hard thing to do nowadays, especially when the wages they pay are very low and then everything else is high in price. I get that. But I really think also with the people too. I say something's wrong with Ontario because people need to think. Because if there's legit people buying high-priced tickets on Eventbrite, Ticketmaster, or wherever else people are selling speed dating tickets, you got a problem. Because what I've just done is I've signed myself up with Splitsville to rent a room there for speed dating, and I literally paid them a small deposit to secure the room. And you know what I charged? $21 a person. As soon as I made the price tag $21 a person, here's the story. I made the price tag $21 a person. One person immediately bought a ticket. Another one says he'd buy a ticket and pay by e-transfer, which he didn't. Don't know why. And then I get another person says, I want to buy a ticket, but I don't know if you're scamming me. I mean, come on. I got a website. Okay? Got a website, buy.ontariospeeddating.ca. I've already secured myself with the venue, so if you really don't believe me, you could walk into the venue and say, look, is Ontario Speed Dating running an event here? Yes or no? Then they'll just tell you, yes, they are. It's a big deal. You could easily do that. You could call them up. Say, is Ontario Speed Dating having an event here soon? And they'll say yes or no. Why don't you do that? If you don't believe me, talk to them. If you don't believe them, well, then why don't you ask them if you could see their event book, and then you can look at the event book and you'll see it written down in the event book. Like, how hard is that? Maybe it is hard for everybody. I don't know. But yeah, so when I see that on Eventbrite, it makes me think, what? Are people rather preferring to pay like $50-$60 for an event instead of $20? God. Well, I think I've done my ranting, and it's getting cold. I don't want to rant anymore, but I literally did this in the cold because if people keep up with their poor decision making of throwing out big bucks, getting hardly anything out of it, and not buying a cheaper thing to which a real person such as myself is standing behind and organizing, then there is something wrong with Ontario. And there's going to be more homeless people, and I may be I may be forced to join that homeless crowd because everybody wants money. I'm trying to earn a buck, and it's like the scammers are the ones that are winning. So think about it. I'm getting enough. Bye-bye.